Good day, it is June 17th, and today we'll continue in Judges 9, doing verses 34 through 37, and Proverbs 17. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Begin Judges 9, starting verse 34. So Abimelech and all his men went by night and split into 4 groups, stationing themselves around Shechem. 35. Gaal was standing at the city gates when Abimelech and his army came out of hiding. 36. When Gaal saw them, he said, Zebul, look at these men. Look, there are men coming down from the hilltops. Zebul replied, it's just the shadows on the hills that look like men. And 37. But again, Gaal said, no, people are coming down from the hills. And another group is coming down from the road past the Diviner's Oak. So, we got Abimelech coming, surrounding the town, basically. And Gaal was saying, look, there are all them people coming. And he's told, no, that's just shadows. 34. So Abimelech and all his men went by night and split into 4 groups, stationing themselves around Shechem. Yep, he's stationed all around Shechem. And no one knows they're there. 35. Gaal was standing at the city gates when Abimelech and his army came out of hiding. So he's standing there looking out, dawn, and then the army comes out. 36. When Gaal saw them, he said to Zebul, look, there are people coming down from the hilltops. Zebul replied, it is just shadows on the hills that look like men. Zebul, remember, is Abimelech's man, so he's going to, don't worry about it. That's just shadows. But again, Gaal said, no, people are coming down from the hills. And another group is coming down the road past Diviner's Oak, which is the seat of the Canaanites' oracle. So it's kind of a holy place for them. And so Gaal got surrounded. Abimelech came to get his own back. And we'll find out what happens. Proverbs 17. Better a dry morsel and quietness therein than a house full of feasting with strife. Better peace and quiet with a little bit than a whole bunch with fighting. To a servant that dealeth wisely shall have rule over a son that dealeth shamefully, and shall have part of the inheritance among the brethren. 3. The refining pot is for silver and the furnace for gold, but Yahweh tries the heart. When God tries your heart, he gets all the impurities out. 4. An evildoer giveth heed to wicked lips, and a liar giveth ear to a mischievous tongue. 5. Whoso mocketh the poor blasphemeth his maker. That's Asa. And he that is glad at calamity shall not be unpunished. Yeah, don't be happy when anyone suffers a calamity, even your enemies. 6. Children's children are the crown of old men, and the glory of children are their father. 7. An overbearing speech becomes not a churl, much less lying lips a prince. It's just things that shouldn't be done. 8. A gift is a precious stone in the eyes of him that hath it. Whithersoever he turneth, he prospereth. He's taking bribes. And he gets them from everywhere, or tries to. 9. He that covereth a transgression seeketh love. But he that harpeth on a matter estranges the familiar friend. Yeah. I say, hey, remember when you wrecked my car and you never paid me for it? If you keep bringing that up, forget it. 10. A rebuke entereth deeper into a man of understanding than 100 stripes into a fool. 11. A rebellious man seeketh only evil. Therefore a cruel messenger shall be sent against him. 12. Let a bear robbed of her whelps meet a man, rather than a fool in his folly. 13. Whoso rewardeth evil for good, evil shall not depart from his house. There's a saying, not one I like, it is one I like, if you reward evil for evil, you're being beast-like. If you reward good for good, you're being human-like. If you reward evil for good, you're being demonic. And if you reward good for someone who does you evil, you're being godlike. Let's be godlike. 14. The beginning of strife is as with one letteth out water. Therefore leave out contention before quarrel breaks out. Yeah, stop quarreling stop disagreements while they're still small. 15. He that justifieth the wicked and condemneth the righteous, even they are both an abomination to Yahweh. 16. Wherefore is it there a price in the hand of a fool to buy wisdom, seeing he has no understanding? It's like, you buy them books, send them to school, and all they do is chew on the covers. 17. A friend of mine that was from Staff Sergeant Norrie. A friend of mine loveth at all times. A brother is born for adversity. 18. A man void of understanding is he that striketh hands and become a surety in the presence of his neighbor. This is like co-signing. You're guaranteeing something. Either money, material, actions, something. You're saying, yeah, but if anything goes wrong, I'll take care of it. Yeah, you will be taking care of it. 19. He loveth transgression, that loveth strife. He that exalteth his gate seeketh destruction. 20. He that has a froward heart findeth no good, and he that has a perverse tongue falleth into evil. 21. He that begetteth a fool does it to his own sorrow, and the father of a churl has no joy. 22. A merry heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bones. Your attitude, your spirit can help or hurt the way you deal with the situation. 23. A wicked man taketh gift out of his bosom to pervert the ways of justice. He's trying to bribe. 24. Wisdom is before him that has understanding, but the eyes of a fool are the ends of the earth, because he refuses to believe he can find it right in front of him. He says, no, that can't be right. Too easy. 25. A foolish son is vexation to his father, and bitterness to her that bore him. 26. To punish also the righteous is not good, nor to strike the noble for their uprightness, for doing what they're supposed to be doing. 27. He that spareth his words hath knowledge, and he that husbands his spirit is a man discernment. Be careful of how much you say, and how much you trust, and how much you act out. And 28. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. Yeah, there's a saying, better to be thought a fool and say nothing than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. I hope you've been blessed by this reading. May the Lord richly bless you. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I.